We are Last Call Legend, your favorite cover band's favorite cover band.
We talk about mental health with people who work in the music industry.
Our goal is to help artists overcome the inner challenges of being a creator.
If you know someone who might enjoy these talks, we'd love if you shared our podcast with them.
We're getting stuff done. Every time I press that button, you go into radio broadcast mode.
This just in. We got off the phone with our manager and everything's going to be okay. I'm not the worst human in the world. And that it was just, I was worried that I was.
Yeah, it's good to hear. It's good to hear. It does feel like that a lot of the times, though.
Yeah,
I think it's rough because it's like people are like just against you, and it's like it snowballs in a way that like nobody's even against you. You're just against yourself, and then like you back yourself into a corner, and you're just like, whoa, like this is crazy. Like the CIA is gonna get me, like they got Kennedy. You know what I'm saying? That's
like,
how it feels.
I'm gonna have to fight every person I've ever met.
Exactly.
They're all trying to kill me.
No, but it is like that. And like when it ramps up like that, it's like it's really easy to just like, again, forget the good things.
Yeah. I do that too often. But I'm turning it around.
Hey. That's the thing is like, how can you make this like practical and actionable, you know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the things is like all the altruism just sits in the altruistic space. It doesn't exist in practice.
Right.
You know?
Like, yeah, you have to be actionable. It's easy for me to say that I'm going to be cool, calm, and collected, but it's a lot harder to be that way in the face of adversity when someone's calling me a fucking idiot to my face.
Once the gig starts, the brakes are off.
Yeah, once the 45th time someone's yelling Freebird at me, like, somebody's going to get their feelings hurt, and it's not going to be me. And there have been a few gigs where it's been 3 people right in a row. I made some people leave some shows because I had some things to say that they did not like to hear.
But that's like the Freebird stuff is like the...
It's the shadow.
It's the monkey in the 3-piece suit. Because it's like...
They want us in the 3-piece suit.
They want us to play Freebird so bad. But it's like, dude, when is the last time you pulled up your Spotify and like threw that on? Like,
if you can't play the guitar solo, you can't ask me to play the guitar solo. It's 7 minutes long, dude.
Exactly.
I haven't even finished learning the Blink-182 songs. Like, I'm not going to be able to learn that song this lifetime. I'm on the wheel of Samsara until I learn Freebird, but it's not happening this time around. I've got some more iterations.
We have a couple more lifetimes until we can play Freebird. And maybe we should just start telling people that, like, just be like, yo, come see us in the next 2 lifetimes.
Hey, come see us at our next lifetime.
Yeah, we might be able to play Freebird for you, like, for real.
The only thing that I think would be cool to play Freebird is if I could play it on the if I could play the solo on the tin whistle, like, that would be fun and cool. But to hear Freebird... To hear a shittier version of Freebird doesn't really make sense.
Right. And nothing makes sense because, like, that's our job in a cover band is, like, you just play a shittier version of everything.
Right. And listen, it's not Freebird. That bird's going to cost you, you know?
Exactly.
That bird's going to cost you. So
put $100 in the bucket.
Yeah. And to our manager, Phil.
And no, but I hate when people say that, too, is they're like, you can, like, really, like, ratchet some stuff up with, like, Freebird. And it's just like, yeah, for sure. Like, and I, like, smiled when I dropped plates off when I was a server. And sometimes people just write in the tip line, like, better luck next time. Like,
yeah, dude.
The next lifetime, dude. The next lifetime, they're going to come back and they're going to tip me.
They're going to tip you like $100 for nothing.
Exactly. Like, what the heck can I do with $100? Like, we got 3 people on stage. Like, that's barely enough for a round of drinks in this city. Like,
it's crazy, dude. They want us in the 3-piece suit, but we can't afford to buy a drink off. Even if we play Freebird, we can't afford to buy a drink, you know? Listen, they don't pay us well enough in this city. we're forced to play free jazz, and nobody likes free jazz. Like, it's like, what's wrong with these jazz guys? Play the right notes.
Exactly, dude. You're only one note away from
they want you're only one note away. They want me to play free bird, but hey, they can only afford free jazz, so that's what they're getting.
No, it is weird too to go down this like exploratory thing where it's like, if you're just having fun and you're just like playing notes, like people will be like, that's not the right note. And then if you play the song the way it's supposed to be played, people will be like,
it's not as good as the record.
Exactly. They'll be like, the band did it better.
They'll be like, Justin Bieber plays that song way better. It's like,
but it's like, Justin Bieber, have you seen that guy? Like, he's hurting.
Oh, dude, of course, man. Like, he's got a ping pong table on tour with him. Like, that man's not well.
Who loads that shit in?
Yeah, like, who?
I need to call that guy.
He's like, where's my paddle?
That's like all he needs. He's like just conked out backstage, and he's like,
Selena Gomez.
Dude, I mean, that's the thing though, is like, that's the guy that like wore the 3-piece suit, and like, that's literally what happens to you. You just like,
they roast you on Comedy Central.
Yeah, you get cracked, dude. Like, you think when that guy was 16 and people were like making passes at him, like, that doesn't affect
sexual passes at him on national TV with no consequences, and they're like, Justin, why are you driving so fast in your Lambo? He's like, because I'm trying to fucking die because you guys are killing me. He's like, I'll do it first. I know you love me. They loved him too much. The poor guy, dude. Honestly, I feel like me and JB's would kind of like cut it up.
You get along. You guys are kind of come from the same cloth.
Yeah, like we crash out like in similar ways. Like, I've thrown eggs at my neighbor's house. Like,
exactly. Did you ever piss in a mop bucket and say "fuck Bill Clinton" at
did
McDonald's?
Did he do that?
It's kind of classic, but that's also the hard thing about
that's kind of
like
cool.
The Matrix is like Ozzy could have done that 50 times, and you never would have known.
Right.
Justin Bieber does it once. And it's curtains.
You say one 9/11 joke. You tell them, this is the thing. You tell 1,000 jokes, no one says you're a comedian. You tell one 9/11 joke, and all of a sudden you're a terrorist. Come on. Like, I thought this was America. But the libtard woke agenda. We're going to have to edit this out, aren't we? God damn it. I'm getting canceled on my own podcast by myself. I can't win. It's like you said. Nobody puts baby in a corner except for me every single fucking day.
Yeah. I mean, you do get backed up in a corner. Like, it's just tough. Like, I don't know how it feels, dude. I don't know how it feels to be a single mother, you know?
A single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops, you know, like,
how is she not crashing out? Like,
dude, because Reba McEntire, okay, I don't mean to drop like a little bit of on some LA name drop stuff, but I do know someone who bought Reba McEntire's, I don't know them personally. I know a guy who knows a guy, but I know somebody who bought Reba McEntire's old private jet because her and her ex used it too many times and it was too sentimental and reminded of her ex. And it's like, my heart goes out to you, Reba. That's tough. Dude, there's a really, really good, okay, if you want to have a little fun on the internet today, I don't know what the name of the song is, but Reba has this song where she's leaving her sister a voicemail, and it's fucking hilarious. She's just like, hey there, it's me. Call me when you get this. It's just good. It's good, clean American fun, you know? There's nothing bad about it. Nobody's getting canceled.
Yeah, dude.
She's not on that Paula Deen type shit.
Dude. I mean, that's the thing about the 3-piece suit, though, is like they don't want anybody to like express any type of like emotion, like anything. And that's the crazy thing is like our whole, like the sum of our creative output is emotion, but it's like you can't have any of those emotions.
Right.
Like it's tough.
And that's the whole thing with art. And I guess one of the importance of art is that it's a place for you to put there's a lot of, I mean, trigger warning, I'm going to talk about Marilyn Manson, who did get canceled. But if we live in a culture where people can't make mistakes and redeem themselves, we're in trouble. But he like often was criticized for the violent nature of his art, and he said that I feel like it's a lot better to put that energy into art as opposed to actually hurting people. And I think that's kind of what I'm going through on a personal level right now, is like I have anger and I have rage, and we all have uncomfortable emotions, and the avoidance of those emotions essentially creates the perpetuation of sharing those emotions. So you have to find a place like a painting, like a movie, like a song, like your journal, like whatever, to put those things so that you don't hurt the people that you love, because you will. If you don't put them somewhere, they will find their own place to go, and it's usually the closest people to you.
If you don't channel it, yeah, exactly. But then that's the thing, is like how much are you really gonna keep it like copacetic, you know? Like if
I don't know what that word
in an ideal world, we would all just walk around like drugged up and like be zombies.
I mean, I think this is something that needs to be talked about, is that the number one industry in the United States is the military industrial complex. So that is, I don't know if you know what that means, but that means killing people from other countries. And then the second is the pharmaceutical industry. So of course the pharmaceutical industry would love for everyone to be drugged up zombies, and they also have the most lobbying power because they're the second biggest industry. So that's kind of what's happening at this moment in this world. And I want to preface this by saying this is not a judgment. If you need medication to help you move forward, by all means seek the help you need. And I've been on that path too. And at the moment, I'm getting off of that wheel of samsara because it was no longer serving me. At times it did serve me, but at the end of the day, you have to check in and see if you could live a fuller, more vital and vibrant life, it would be worth all the hard work to do so. And sometimes that means moving away from external things and moving towards internal things, meaning processing your emotions, creating art, hanging with your boy, training your mustache.
That's part of it, man.
Stay.
Exactly.
What was the other one?
Bad mustache.
Bad mustache. But be nice to your mustache, you know?
For real.
Your mustache
is trying its best.
Your mustache is an extension of you, you know?
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. I totally get that. Like, it's part of the, it's part of the prescription, but it's not like the prescription. And like, is there any cure for the human condition? I think not. Like, it's tough. Like, and that's why I say, like, seek inner session, like seek outside help, like just like talk to your inner voice and say like, hey, what's good? Like, what's important and what's not, because that's the thing. Like, if you go crazier, then you double your dosage. Right. Then you triple your dosage, and it's like you're getting further and further away from like the thing. And like when you're sick, they're gonna be like, "Hey, you need more medicine." And it's just like, I don't know, especially because like we're getting older now, so like I've been having all these conversations that I've never had before about like health,
Mhm.
you know, like people are like, oh, I went to the doctor and like, I have to like change my diet. You know what I'm saying? Like
Everybody's buying Hokas. What the hell?
Dude.
$300 tennis shoes that look fucking
the Hokies.
goofy,
Come
bro.
on, if you're gonna spend that much money, like you gotta
Get some
buy
Balenciagas.
Yeah, you gotta buy some
Wait,
drip.
we need the Hoka Balenciaga like collab. And I get it. And I'll say this. This may be an unpopular opinion that like people in America don't want to hear, but the Hokas are just a giant pad because your muscles are not holding your skeleton up correctly, so you're getting nerve pain from your alignment being wrong, so you need a huge cushion to walk on. But what's actually a better thing for your back is the opposite of that, which are barefoot shoes. And I'm not talking about the toe shoes.
The Filas.
Although the toe shoes are that, there are barefoot shoes which have a zero depth, which means they don't have a heel that's raised, because a heel that's raised creates sciatic pressure, which creates sciatic pain. And it's essentially like what is good for your body is to walk barefoot so that you use all the muscles in your feet, because all the muscles in your body stem from your foot. That's why in Chinese medicine, they will like associate different parts of your feet with your organs in your body, because your feet are the root of the system. And so whatever's going on with them, like if you're not using, like right now I'm trying to spread, I got the toe spreaders out, you know, because I got a foot binder, but we'll talk about that later. And to spread my toes out, because like from wearing too narrow of shoes, I was like developing like pain and almost like a bunion, you know. I was like, people call me Paul Bunyan, and they're like, they call me the Paul Bunyan of the cover band industry. And people said, they never call you that. And I said, oh wait, you're right. They call me Paul Newman because I be dressing.
Hey, bro, that's why you're not in the Hokas.
That's why I'm not in the Hokas. Hey, salad enjoyers be like, you know what would make this salad better? If we made it taste less like a salad. But you should eat some greens though.
That is what's up. That's the tough part about the prescription too, is like it's not fun to do anything that's like good for you. But I think we need to change that culture. Like I think that like we have to be able to go out and people will be on some like save the planet type stuff, but like
peace and love.
They'll just be like rolling incessantly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they'll be like, yo, we gotta save the planet.
They'll be rolling, they'll be on the plur, peace, love, unity, and respect, except for they're not respecting their body, mind, and soul.
Exactly, dude.
But like, here's the deal. In terms of health and stuff, like everything that's worth doing takes work. And like, just because food is bad for you doesn't mean that you can't get incredible flavor palettes from like, food should be medicinal. If you've ever heard of Ayurvedic food, it's food that is designed like medicine. Like if you're having these issues, you eat these types of food, and they're all plants. Essentially, I don't know if there's meat in that diet. I'm not sure, but we can't even it's confused. And that's the thing. What's hard is like, we live in the age of information, but also misinformation. There's so much information. Some people are like, you shouldn't eat meat. You should eat meat. Like,
yeah,
seed oils are bad. And it's like, if you want to get in on the ground floor, we are franchising a Steak and Shake.
Yes.
And Steak and Shake just moved
from seed oils to beef tallow. It's a big deal.
It's much better for you.
I don't even know what that means though, because that's part of the misinformation. Is like sometimes they'll tell you to fast, sometimes they'll tell you not to fast.
Sometimes they tell you to fast, sometimes they tell you to slow.
Exactly. No, they'll be like, oh, fasting is great, but you got to do it like on these days. Like this is where the moon cycle is going to be at. Like
that, I think that is a problem. Like we have such bad light pollution. It's so easy to forget that we are in a solar system. Like I was in California, kind of far away from a city, and I was like, holy shit, I forget the magnificence of the universe.
Yeah.
Like each star has a gravitational pull and each planet has a gravitational pull, and they're all connected, and like we are held in the spot, or we move in the orbit or whatever we do because not just because of the sun and the other planets in our solar system, but like there's like the solar system, we keep ourselves in place, but we keep our galaxy position by the
Right.
What were you talking about? Were you talking about like the black hole?
Black holes. Yeah.
Black hole theory, that we're like in a black hole. You were asking ChatGPT or something?
Yeah, I was asking it to game it out for me. It turns out though, if you like come to ChatGPT with like some different type of like nomenclature, they will like check your credentials. Like if you say something and it sounds smart, they'll be like, that's a good idea. But sometimes I just like write stuff in there and they're just like, no, that doesn't make sense.
They're like, you're an idiot. You know that, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with the like dark matter and like centrifugal force is like something has to be acting on this to like keep it in motion.
Yeah.
Because it's like too big. And also that's the thing about mental health is like we just need to like lock the fuck in. Because like somehow, some way we keep waking up every day and like everything is like at the baseline. And like that's not always the case, you know? Like they killed the dinosaurs because they knew too much.
Because they started talking about Cartesian metaphysics,
Exactly. Because the dinosaurs didn't pay taxes, so they had to axe
They had
them.
to fucking kill them. They were just like, yeah, the economy's really suffering. You guys are eating too many leaves.
Exactly.
You're not paying for it.
That's weird though. Is like how does this all get passed down to us? We were talking about the other day about how like the appendix is like atrophying in the human body, and it's just like it's like multi-generational like evolution. Like eventually people are just going to be born without appendixes, you know, because we don't have to use them anymore to process.
What were they for? Grass?
Yeah, I think they were just for like processing a different part of our diet that we don't have anymore. Like
now the only appendix that exists is the one at the beginning of the books.
Exactly, you know? Dude.
Be like, what's an appendix? And it's like, grandson, sit down. How much time you got?
I want to say RFK probably has like a huge appendix. Like he's drinking raw milk, dude.
Yeah, what's up with raw milk?
Straight from the
raw
cow.
Milk. Is it good? Comment below.
For real though, like what is it? Like,
hey,
whatever happened to pasteurization? Like,
I think it was because too many of these pastors were like touching kids and stuff. But here's the deal: like, maybe raw milk's better because raw sex is kind of better. Hitting it raw kind of be slapping. But you had to wear a condom because you had to be safe, and you know, our parents really didn't. Maybe they should have. You know, I wouldn't be crashing out. I wouldn't be in a podcast talking about mental health right now. Exactly. But I'm glad to be here, and it's a blessing. And my parents are great, you know, and they're humans with flaws, just as I am. I got, you know, everyone has flaws, and mine never end. But my boy still loves me just the same. He's got grace for me. I feel like if there's one thing that has been helping me the most this year is, and let me preface this by saying, I'm trying to have grace for everyone and myself. And it's a work in progress, but this guy has so much fucking grace that I've become a better person because he let me be hard to deal with and then come back to center and be a little bit less difficult every time. And you can do that for yourself. You can do that for others.
It's like Graceland.
Honestly, Elvis was on some fucking, he was off the wheel of Samsara because Graceland is actually the best name for a home. Yeah. There's nothing you need more in your house than grace. Like, the closer you are to people, the more grace you need, because we all got flaws and mine never end.
And it's just like the more you know someone, because like people are tough. Like, people love to see you on the internet and watch 3 seconds and be like, I hate you. Like,
you're a clown.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like that. Because I have so many friends that like don't know me, you know? It's just like we happen to be in the same place at the same time. But it's just
Right.
like they would never ask me how I was doing,
Yeah.
you know? Like we'd just be like hanging out.
Right.
It's not just like, yo, like, where the heck is your head at, you know? Because people don't, like, people think it's rude to, like, ask people how they're doing, you know? And I think that's totally, like capitalism's to blame, you know? It's just like, yo, we all just, like, we wake up, we eat shit, we go to sleep, and we wake up and do it again. Like, and that's life.
Well, I did hear from somebody who was in America from another country, and I asked them, I can't remember what country it was, asked them what the biggest difference between their culture and American culture was, and they said, when I first came to the States, I would ask people how they were doing, or people would ask me how I was doing, and I would really tell them, and they didn't actually mean
Right.
that they wanted to know. It's more of like it's like you're saying with capitalism, it's like, how are you doing? I'm going to give you a stock answer because how I'm doing doesn't matter because I am on my way to work or I am in between things that I need to work on.
Right. And that's the thing is like the inner life degrades so much. And that's why like when people are on this like big chested like business stuff, it's like a lot of that stuff atrophies, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like I think that it's actually like apropos of living a real life, dude, because they'll be like, you know why you're not a millionaire? Because you're soft. Because you cried too much.
Yeah, because you're too nice to people.
Because you enjoy hot showers. Like
your gas bill's too high. You're taking too many hot showers.
Exactly. They're like, yeah. They're like, yo, you really want a 10X? Like, stop turning the hot water on. Like, that's all you got to do.
They're like, make your life an icy prison. And you will be a millionaire. And I feel like, you know, most people in America would love to be millionaires. And most of us are, I feel like, in some way striving to at least get closer to that $1 million mark. It's got a good ring to it. But the better my life gets, the more the better like my life is, the people around me, the more fun I'm having, the more love I'm having, the more meals, like home cooked meals I'm sharing with people and good restaurant experiences or whatever. I'll take restaurants out of it. Let me retract that statement. But the better my life is, and I like you could spend money doing so many things in a city, but you could spend so much time for free in nature and maybe be more satisfied. And I feel like the more I walk away from wanting to be a millionaire, the more I attract money. But really, the desire for the money is the desire to live a life I enjoy. And if I enjoy my life, the desire for money kind of goes away.
Yeah. And you got to get off the roller coaster. Like, if you can enjoy boredom,
yeah,
then that's kind of like a cheat code. Like,
totally.
Because people, that's the thing, like, people will be like lights and sounds. Everywhere you go, like, it looks to me with open eyes to be like a casino.
Yeah. And we've spent some twilight hours in casinos after gigs, and it's weird to be in a casino. Like, we've performed in casinos, so we're not there to gamble, and it's really weird to walk around there sober and watching what everyone's doing, and nobody looks happy.
Yeah.
People don't even not look happy. They actually look really sad.
Yeah. And gambling addictions is weird to me because it's like, it's not like a substance, but it is a high that you chase.
They're addicted to optimism. You kind of got to respect it. It's like, wow, he really believes.
He thinks he can hit it big.
This guy's really optimistic. And I've been criticized for being overly optimistic. And that's maybe why I don't gamble, because I'll be like,
it's gonna hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like, I don't need $1 million right now. Like, I need I need a hot shower.
Yeah.
I need somebody to look me in the eyes and just like say, I'm glad to be here with you, and I'll say it back, and that's
Right.
kind of all you need.
Yeah.
And then, bro, I don't know if I've ever said this to you, but I'm glad to be here with you.
Bro, exactly. That's the episode.
Yeah, dude, hey. That's what friends are for. Be nice to the people you love.